Hello, welcome to Musher's Tales. Today's video is going to be a bit of rambling about making a bush dog. A dog that's going to accompany you in the woods. So a lot of people, they want a dog as a companion. That's why most people get a dog, which makes a lot of sense. They are good companions. And the people that like the woods, people who like going in the bush, they always want to have their buddy along to bring them in the woods. And it's like those old Lassie movies that saw as a kid. You know, you want the dog to always be there in case you need help and companionship and loyal friend and all that stuff. And it's doable, and it's a great thing when it happens, but it ain't always that easy. So if you want to do that, and I know a lot of people do want to do that, this is just some ramblings, some musings of my opinion that I think will facilitate achieving such a goal. First thing you have to consider is you have to pick a side, okay? You have to pick a side if you're on the nature or on the nurture side. Now, the nurture side says, or thinks, you know, if I'm going to make things black and white, is that, you know, it's all on how you raise the dog. Nothing else really matters. Okay? Welcome to 2021. I put my hand in my pocket and I say, what's there? Freaking mask. Could do without that. Anyways, the nurture side says, you know, any dog could be a good companion in the woods. It all depends how you raise them and so on and so forth. And that's not true. Okay, not any dog can. Okay, there are certain dogs that won't be good bush dogs just because of the genetic code that's been bred in them over thousands of years. Simply said, if you think a beagle is going to be a good bush dog, you're completely wrong. Okay, I've had beagles, had a lot of fun with beagles. First dog I bought, I was 12 years old, was a beagle, and not going to make a bush dog. It's a dog that's going to go in the woods, going to run all day, but for what I want to do, definitely not a bush dog. So I should define a bit what I think a bush dog is. A bush dog is a dog that he's going to be your friend in the woods, and I want the same thing out of that dog as I would want out of a person I'm going in the woods with. In other words, I don't want a pain in the ass. I don't want somebody that's going to be dangerous or complicate the day or complicate my life. I want somebody that I have to that's reliable. I want somebody that I don't have to watch all the time to say, oh, geez, are they going to have an accident? Okay, are they going to get lost? You don't want any complications. You want peace and quiet. So that's what you want from the dog. So in other words, that means you want a dog that's going to obey, because you're the brains. So in other words, you want a dog that's going to obey, that wants to be with you, that's going to stay close, and that you don't have to think about. You don't have to be there. Where's the dog? Where's the dog? And trust me, if you have a beagle, every 30 seconds you're going to be, where's the dog? And sometimes the dog will be right there, and sometimes the dog will be gone. And if he's that magic distance away from you, that dog will be long gone. So the breeding is important, and certain breeds don't fit. Any breed that's a wanderer, any breed that prefers to follow their nose and to follow you, any breed that's a troublemaker or wants to hunt on their own, not going to fit. Okay, not going to fit. Why? Because the dogs will be more work than worthwhile bringing on your adventures in the woods. So that's the first thing. Right now, I got 3 dogs around me. Okay, and this is where they want to be, and they want to be here for one reason. It's because I'm here. If I go somewhere else, they're going to be right beside me doing the same thing. Okay, the goal of these dogs is to be with me. If I go inside the house, hey, cut out, easy. If I go inside the house, they're going to lie at the door, and they're going to lie at the door waiting for me to come out of the house, because that's just part of their genetic code. Okay, be with the leader of the pack. Okay, be with the master, be with the owner. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, that's how it's made. Now they're loose, right? They could be anywhere. They could be absolutely anywhere. My big white dog, loose right now, like always, lying at the front door. That dog could be up here with me right now, but it's not in his coat. Okay, he's happy by the front door. He's waiting to see if any food's going to be thrown at him from my wife. He could be here with us. Not going to happen. All the other dogs I have in the yard right now, all the huskies, if any of them are free, okay, which and they're usually all had their morning run, you'd see them trotting by because I'm talking. You'd see them come sniff these dogs, but they wouldn't hang around. It's not in their genetic code. They're going to take off. So they don't fit as bush dogs, okay, because if I was in the woods with them, I'd have to watch them. Now, some of them, like the white dog, yeah, I can go for a walk with him in the woods, and he'll trot around, and he'll follow, but he might follow at 50 feet, 100 feet, 150 feet, okay? Too far for me. Think of the things that are 150 feet or 200 feet away from you in the woods that you don't know are there. So there's more chance of the dog lifting something up, chasing something. Basically, where's the dog? Okay, and what's that dog doing and what problems will I have? So, kind of important. Now, the dog also has to be able to do certain things physically. First of all, the dog has to obey. The dog has to stay close. The dog has to have a coat that's no maintenance. Okay? I mean, I'm not, I bring enough stuff when I go in the woods. I'm not bringing a coat. I'm not bringing boots. I'm not bringing pants. Okay? I'm not putting any of that stuff on my dog. Okay? The dog has to come self-equipped. So the dog has to have a proper coat. In other words, the right fur. Any of this curly fur, any of this long fur, useless stuff in the woods. Okay? Picks up snow, picks up dirt, causes problems. Look, here's a white guy just, see, right now. Hey, cut out. Right now, big white dog's coming up to see what we're doing. And right away, the other dogs cut him off saying, what's going on here? Murph, hey! Before I have a little mix-me up. Okay, he's coming to see what's going on. We'll see how long he stays. See how long he stays. So, yeah, you don't want any dog that's not equipped for the climate you're living in. Okay, and that's a mistake people make all the time. They buy dogs that are too much maintenance, which isn't a good thing. I mean, this is an exaggeration, but it's basically, would you buy a wetsuit for your goldfish? Well, no, because they're supposed to be made for the water, right? Okay, and they are. Well, it's the same thing with a dog. If you get the right breed of dog, well, you don't have to buy him a coat. You don't have to buy him boots. Size. Okay, you want the dog to be portable, so you don't want a 120-pound dog, but you want the dog to be able to hold its own in a situation. So you don't necessarily want a 20-pound dog either. Okay, so your 60 to 80-pound range, that's kind of what you want. Okay, not too big, not too small. Bigger dogs, they don't live as long, unfortunately. And also, bigger dogs are more prone to injury when they're running in the woods. Always a shoulder that's a little bit sore. Here, I got my daughter's dog playing with a stick right now, still up. And more prone to injury. Take more room in the truck. Take more room in the canoe, right? Because I mean, if you're going in a bush, you're going to be going on boats. Okay, you want the dog in a canoe, and the basic rule for a dog in a canoe is sit down and don't move. Okay, very important. The dog's got to be able to sit down and not move a muscle. Why? Not to put you in the water. Dog has to be able to swim. So you want a dog that can swim. So if you find a good breeder and you tell them what you want, you say, I want a companion dog that's going to swim, that's got a good coat, not too big, not too small, and it's going to stay with me, you'll get what you want if you go to the right breeder. Okay? If you go to a breeder and say, oh, all dogs do that, well, you know you're at the wrong breeder. I've seen mutts, okay, that are very good bush dogs, that were good bush dogs, just because people got lucky, okay? In the genetic code department, in the nature department, they got lucky with what they picked, and the dog had predominantly some other breeding in it of a species, or species, I shouldn't say that, of a breed that wants to stay with the owner. So it's all in his pack instinct. So it's to get the breed that the dog wants to pack with one person. Is when you get the dog, there is well, I guess it's a theory, I don't know what you call it there, but something I really believe in, okay? And it's the age at which you get the dog. Most breeders, okay, will not let you have the dog before 8 weeks of age. Okay, in some places I even believe it's a law. I think it's a provincial law in some provinces, but they can't sell you a dog before 8 weeks. And the theory is to keep the dog as long as you can with the mother, so the dog knows it's a dog. And I don't know. I don't really, I don't really know the people who decide these things why they want that. Okay, but it's not what I want. Okay, if you read up on it, and you'll get different points of view, but they say that the 49th day of a dog's life is excessively important. Okay, 49 days, not 50 days, not 48 days. Okay, 49 is it in a dog's development. And that day, the 49th day of the dog being born, is the dog really, really bonds with whatever it's with, okay? With the person or the dog it's with. So you want to have that dog on the 49th day. And on the 49th day, you want to be with that dog all frickin' day. Okay? That dog is your shadow, that dog's in your back pocket. That dog, is your baby, okay, for that day. I mean, you really stick with the dog that day. Now you're going to say, how come it's so precise? And you might say it makes no sense and everything. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. I am telling you, I believe it. I believe it a lot. Okay, I've read up on it. Some people tell you it's nonsense. I mean, the people that that I read about with dogs, people I respect. Okay, the old dog guys. They've convinced me, okay? And I've tried it, and I believe it, okay? Not longer than that. I mean, I kind of believe the younger you can get the dog, the better it is. I mean, there's all this stuff of, you want the dog to know it's a dog. I mean, it's a freaking dog, okay? I mean, don't overthink it, okay? Yes, the mother, if the dog gets a little uppity, okay, when it's at that 7th week and wrestles around, yeah, the mother will give it a nip and everything, and calm it down if it acts aggressive and everything. The mother do that. Well, I don't need the mother to do that. I'm going to do that. Okay, if the dog's at 8 weeks, okay, and 8 weeks in a day or 7 weeks in 3 days, and the dog starts wanting to fight with another dog, well, I'm going to stop it. Okay, with another puppy. On the other hand, if I'm trying to breed to make a dominant dog or a bush dog, I'm not going to. Okay, I'm going to make sure that dog, whatever scrap he's starting, that he's going to win that scrap. So whether he's chasing a leaf or whatever else, okay, I want that dog just to have success, because I want a certain amount of dominance and a certain amount of aggression in that dog, because I want a bush dog. Okay, and a bush dog, if push comes to shove in the woods, I want the dog on my side. And if I have a timid dog, or a dog that thinks he's going to lose, well, it's going to be a problem. Now, there's limits to this. I don't want the dog taking on a bear, but I want, if all of a sudden a bear is going to decide to take me on, well, then I want the dog to take on the bear. Okay? I don't want the dog to start the fight, but if all of a sudden I'm in one, well, I want the dog to be on my side and not to run away. Okay? And that's not an easy thing. Okay? Not an easy thing at all. I mean, all dogs are brave and barky and everything when their master's by their side. But then all of a sudden, how will they be when push comes to shove? And that's part of being a bush dog. All of a sudden you have a complication with a wild animal. Well, then you want the dog on your side. Okay? Or if you even a confrontation with a two-legged animal. Okay? Which, I mean, there's idiots in the woods too. You want the dog on your side. So that happens in the woods too. So that's where the 49th day comes in. Okay? The dog, you're saying you want the dog to know he's a dog. I don't really care if the dog knows that he's a dog. What I want the dog to know is that he and I are a team, or she and I are a team. Okay, we're a pack, and we look out for each other. And if you want that to happen, well, then that 49th day is an important day. Also, the 49th day, I mean, if I can get a dog at 6 weeks, I'll take a dog at 6 weeks. I've had a dog at 5 weeks. Worked out fine. Okay? If I'm stuck, as long as the dog's eating solid food, okay, I'll take the dog. Now, I've heard of people getting a dog at 4 weeks. That's pretty young. Okay? I know somebody has a dog right now that just got it at 4 weeks, and it's a husky. Okay? Just saw the dog. The dog's listening really well. The dog's close to a year old now. Guy seems to be doing okay with that dog. Spends a lot of time with the dog, and he got the dog super young. I've heard of people having to feed dogs with droppers and everything, and it turned out to be really, really closely affectionate dogs that stay with the person. So one-man dogs. So if you want to have a one-man dog, or a dog that's attached to you and not to everybody and their cousin, and that you are the most important thing, well then that 49th day is there for a reason. If you want a dog that's going to be in the kennel all day and you're gone to work and the dog's an ornament, well then yeah, you get them at 10 weeks, 3 months, doesn't really matter. They'll bond with you as much as they can bond with you, but they will not bond with you as if you would have had them before the age of 7 weeks, 49 days. Personal opinion, based on limited experience, okay? Because I mean, I haven't had 1,000 dogs, but I've had more dogs than most people, and it's what I've seen, what I believe, and what I've read, and so on and so forth.